So the conversation in this video is likely going to piss off a lot of women, and that's fine. This is not a video geared towards women. This is a video geared towards men from a man's perspective, but I do want to go ahead and point out I am not hating women. I love women. What I'm going to talk about in this video has actually helped my dating life dramatically. I've got 3 different bullet points in front of me that I'm gonna cover in this video to help you convey the idea of why you as a man do not want to get dating advice from women about women. So we're going to dive through each one of them right now. So bullet point number 1, women will say they want one thing but respond to another. So I'm going to make this as simple to understand as I possibly can. How many times have you heard that women will say they want a nice guy? They want a guy that will always text them, that will call them, that will confess their feelings to them, that will go out of their way and do all of these big things for them, show them how much they love them. They want that kind of guy, like a real romantic man that all men, like we want to be. We want to be like the best man we can be for our girl. But how many times have you seen a girl say they want this, but then go for like the quote unquote bad guy that treats her like absolute garbage? Very often. And you can look at women's dating histories and you can see the men that they consistently find themselves dating. This is why a lot of women have trauma histories when it comes with men, whether they were abusive, alcoholics, whether they were emotionally abusive, not just physically. Maybe they've gone to jail, they sold drugs, they were in gangs. A lot of women go after the bad guy. But why is that? If you look at a woman's natural nature, okay, they're naturally designed to chase. So like a feminine woman, they're the nurturers, the caretakers. They're the one, relationships are in their domain. Us as the man, we're supposed to be focusing on everything else in life but a woman. So a good guy who's doing a good guy who's showing this girl how much he loves her is focusing on the woman. While a woman will say she wants that, it just turns her off because that's a man that's always going to be there. That's a man that the woman doesn't have to work to get. Doc Love, I quote him in some of my other videos. Doc Love is like the original guru that figured out kind of like how women think because he interviewed thousands of women. And when you interview thousands of women, you can pick up on patterns, and patterns repeat. He found out that women want a man that is more of a challenge. They do not want a man that is always available. They want a man that's focusing on everything else in life but the woman. They want a man that's not easy to get a hold of, that's not really going to come to her beck and call whenever she asks for it. That's what women want. I used to be under the impression, before I even started studying any of this, I was like, well, I know we're men and women. I know we're different, but we're both humans, so maybe we want the same things. But I never really studied and went into the differences in how men think and how women think. I never studied the sexual polarity of masculine roles, feminine roles. Like if you look back at the history of how a normal traditional man acts and then how a normal traditional woman acts, it's very different than the stuff that gets pushed today with feminism, with movies. Basically, if you look at Disney movies and feminist rights, where women want equal rights, but women, they want to get paid the same, but they don't want to do as much work as the man. And then if you look at the Disney movies, the man is basically being the woman. If the man gets broken up with, he's going to he's going to chase the girl, try to win her love back. He's going to show this woman that he's worth having in her life. And I can tell you from one man to another, you do not need to prove yourself to a woman. If she doesn't want to be with you anymore, fucking cut her off and go find another girl that does. Bullet point number 2. Women don't want to hurt your feelings, so they won't tell you what you need to hear. If you're trying to get advice from a woman about another woman and you're telling her all of the things that you're doing, if it's coming across as needy, insecure, and kind of fucking creepy, a woman's gonna tell you that, but she's going to word it in a way that doesn't hurt your feelings. Women act based on how they feel. Because women act based on how they feel, they don't want to feel bad. They don't want to make you feel bad. Whereas if you were to ask a guy, you're like, bro, I triple texted this girl. She wanted to hang out and then she ghosted me. So I fucking texted her 2 times in a row and then I called her a day later and I still haven't heard from her. I'm thinking about sending her another message. What do you think I should do? a guy's gonna tell you, bro, you're being fucking weird. That girl doesn't want to talk to you. You need to fucking stop and go find somebody else, dipshit. So men are gonna say something like that because we're gonna tell you what it is you really need to hear. When it comes to coaching, men respond well to challenges, but we also want to do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. By telling you you're being fucking weird and creepy, that's gonna cause pain, and you're not going to do that anymore. So that's actually a really good reason why you want to talk to men about that, because men will tell you what you want to hear, and likely it's not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And if that information is painful, that's going to stop you from doing that, because again, we will do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. So if a woman is not going to hurt your feelings, you're not going to experience that pain, and you're likely going to keep pursuing this girl when you need to back the fuck off. Third one right here. This is ultimately the most important one as to why you should not get dating advice from women. Women do not have the hands-on experience of what it's actually like to date a woman. Let me see if I can give you like a little example of what it is that I'm trying to say right here, okay? Let's say this is an iPhone and I wanted to transition over to Android for whatever reason. I would not be able to tell you what it's like to own an Android if all I've ever owned is an iPhone. So how does this compare to what it is I'm trying to say right now? As a man, when we date women, hook up, talk to them, approach them, we're getting that hands-on experience of what it's like to actually deal with a woman. Women, on the other hand, they don't have to experience that. They don't know what it's like to cold approach a girl that we don't know. They don't know what it's like to get rejected by hundreds of different girls until we finally meet one girl that wants to hang out with us. Women don't know what it's like to put up with women's emotional moods all the time. They might say that they know what it's like, but they don't have the actual hands-on experience of what it's like being in the fucking trenches, having to deal with women's bullshit that they give men on an everyday basis. They're never going to experience what it's like to be like fucking like all that anxiety that's hitting you when it comes to approaching a girl that you don't know, because we want to talk to her, but women are so used to rejecting men that we're conditioned to think that if we do go up and talk to her, she's going to say no. So women don't have to go through that struggle of going through the embarrassment of potentially getting rejected and then either getting her number, going on a date, or getting rejected. Women will never experience that. Women won't know what it's like to date a girl that says she wants a nice guy, and then when we're that nice guy, we ended up getting fucking broken up with because the girl told us she wanted a nice guy, but come to find out that that's a turnoff for her and she wants a dude that's going to treat her like shit. Women won't ever have to experience that. Now, you might make the argument that a lesbian might experience that, but that's one emotional woman that's dating another emotional woman. That experience is not the same. And I wish I could explain this a little better, but that experience is not going to be the same of what it's like to be a man that's not in a woman's body dating a woman that is in a woman's body. So right there, the third point right here, I try to make that as easy to understand as possible. Men should not get dating advice from women strictly because women will never have the hands-on experience of what it's like to actually date a woman. If you go to a girl and you try to get advice from a woman about what to do to get this girl to like you, the woman that you're talking to is going to tell you what she would like a man to do, but that could be completely different from what this girl that you're trying to talk to, that could be different than what she wants. And so because they're two conflicting ideas, well, that she might tell you what to do and then come to find out you do it and it doesn't fucking work. Or if you're being fucking creepy, like I said, and you're going to turn this girl off, she's going to tell you that what you're doing, might not make sense because of whatever reason that she's going to tell you not to hurt your feelings. Well, you know what? Maybe you should just wait a couple more days and then try again. Whereas a man is going to say, bro, leave her the fuck alone and go find a different girl, man. Like, she doesn't want to see you. When you talk to different men, like you can talk to 100 different guys about what it's like to date women. And out of these 100 different guys, eventually you're going to pick up on a pattern that keeps repeating itself. And then because the 100 different guys are all saying like the exact same thing, that is why you would want to listen to a man, because all these men are saying the same thing when it comes to dating a woman, and that's a pattern. Whereas a woman who's never dated a woman, you might talk to 100 different women and you might get 100 different answers. That is why you do not want to get advice about dating from women, because they don't have the hands-on experience and what what they say they want is different than what they emotionally respond to. I'm going to end the video here. I kind of repeated myself, and for good reason. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, if you're a guy right now, since we're on the dating topic, that wants to get better at pickup, dating, and relationships, click the link in my description and go check out my 17-page cheat sheet. That's a document designed to be looked at when you're in a situation with the girl and you do not want to mess it up. Right? You put price this at $13.99. Fucking anyone can afford this. A couple other links in there. You get my free book. Just use your name and email. I am also running a 50% off limited time special to work with me one-on-one for coaching. Link in the description if you want to fast track your success right now when it comes to just life in general. With that being said, guys, hey, if you like this video, check out this one right here. You're likely going to like that one as well. With that being said, guys, hey, I will see you in the next one.